Hi, I'm Devon Harris, and this is the second of 3 videos I'd like to share with you. Just want to send you some positive thoughts. Want to send you some positive support and offer you some encouragement as all of us try to figure the best way possible to navigate these uncertain times. So in the first video, I spoke to you about how to create certainty in an uncertain world, and I encouraged you to learn to let go, have faith in yourself, envision the best, and to do something, take action. In this video, I want to talk to you about staying positive during tough times. Because look, I get it, we're in a crisis, right? Every single one of us is facing one challenge or the other. But what I know is this: regardless of the situation you find yourself in, regardless of your circumstances, you always have a choice. Yeah, you always have a choice over how you respond. So in this case, you can choose to allow anxiety and fear and even panic and all those negative emotions. You can allow them to set in and even grow at the expense of your sanity and your well-being. That's one choice. Or you could choose to look on the positives, right? They say that every dark cloud has a silver lining. So you could choose to see the silver lining, right? You could choose to see the positive regardless of what's going on around you, and then allow that to strengthen you and help you to become even more emotionally resilient. Yeah, those are your choices, like 2 doors. Behind door 1 are all the negative emotions that a situation like this would engender, and behind door 2 are all the positives. I am guessing that you'd want to choose a positive. So I want to speak to you, I want to share with you 3 ideas on how you can stay positive during these tough times. And the first one is that you should stop being a victim. Now, in the first video, I spoke about the fact that external forces every now and again are going to upend the outcomes that we have for ourselves. And so, when things go haywire, many of us have the tendency to assume the role of victim. Why? I don't think we realize that when we do that, we make the pain worse, right? We prolong the suffering because a victim mentality prevents us from seeing the solutions, from seeking the possible solutions that are out there. The thing we have to realize is that not all negative situations are completely beyond our control. Sure, they start out looking that way, but they are not totally beyond our control. And so the onus is on each of us to stop playing the victim, to stop feeling sorry for ourselves, to stop wallowing in self-pity, and instead take responsibility for our actions. Because when you do that, you become empowered. Yep, it starts out, and most of those negative situations leave us feeling a little overwhelmed, but when we decide to rise up and not be victims and figure out what it is that we can control, we become empowered. We begin to feel good. Our mood increases, and so we're left feeling positive about what lies up ahead. So yes, you become empowered, but also you now release all these creative energies that allow you to identify the actionable, measurable steps that you can take to make things better. And again, when you have a sense that you can make things better, you start feeling more positive about your future. The final point I want to make about, stop being a victim is this: take your own advice. Yep, I said that right. Take your own advice. What I mean by that is, well, imagine that your best friend came to you and they started pouring their heart out, talking about all the challenges that they're facing, this tremendous crisis that they're going through. The only thing is it resembles exactly what you are experiencing right now. So if that happened, my question is, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them? What steps would you tell them to take? How would you encourage them? What positive things would you share with them? Well, whatever it is that you would tell them, whatever advice you would give them, take that advice. Yep. I think you'll find that it will serve you well. So, yep, stop being a victim. The second thing that I think is going to help you to stay focused during tough times is to cultivate a positive environment. I think we know this, but it's worth repeating. The people that you hang around and the things that you do with your time is going to have a really big impact on your outlook on life. It's going to really impact how you feel, your mood, right? Whether you stay positive or you start to feel down on your luck. And so it's really important that you choose carefully who you're hanging out with, because there are some people, all of us are going through challenges. Some of them are going to throw up all over you. They're going to burden you down with their issues. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be sympathetic or empathetic, but you have to be careful not to let other people drag you down, right? Having said that, I think it is important that you reach out to other people, because they, in fact, may be going through a rough time, and in you reaching out to them, you help them to feel better. But here's the totally altruistic and selfish part about it. There's just no way you can help someone to feel better. There's no way you can encourage someone without at the same time encouraging yourself. So in you reaching out and being altruistic, you're also helping yourself. You're also improving your own mood. Perhaps, though, it starts with your morning routine, right? And so just know that the way you start your day is going to have a big impact. It's going to set the tone for the rest of your day. So I'm going to recommend that you start out your morning, reading something motivational, listening to something inspirational, perhaps meditating, doing yoga, whatever it is that is going to set your mind at ease and allow you to feel good, to take you through the rest of the day. Your morning routine sets the tone. So that's number 2, cultivating a positive environment. And thirdly, you have to practice self-care. Now, we know this to be true. You have to take care of your body, your mind, and your soul. But I think it's especially true during times of crisis. Now, there are a myriad of ways in which you can practice self-care, but I just want to touch on a few of them. Perhaps the first one is sleeping. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're sleeping well at night, because the amount of sleep you get is going to impact how you feel physically and emotionally as well, right? If you're not sharp mentally, emotionally, if you are feeling lethargic, that's going to negatively impact your ability to stay upbeat during tough times. Many of us have a challenge sleeping, during times of crisis. And so you have to pay close attention to that. Make sure that you're not consuming too much caffeine or sugary substance before you go to bed. That will disrupt your sleep, right? Make sure you're getting enough exercise. Movement is really important, and we talk about this all the time. I think it's even more important during times of crisis. The endorphins, you need them. They improve your mood, give you a brighter outlook on life. And also be mindful of what you're feeding yourself. Again, times of stress, times of crisis, many of us tend to engage in binge eating. I'm not suggesting that you become a health nut, but pay attention to the things that you're eating. Make sure you're eating healthily. Make sure that you're feeding your body well. Also, make sure you're feeding your mind well. We just spoke about your morning routine. All of that is part of the self-care process. Remember that all of us are going to get to the other end of this crisis. But while you're working to achieve that, make sure that you're taking care of yourself on the journey, right? You need to remain positive and upbeat during this tough time so that when you get through the other end, you will be whole. So those are the thoughts I had for you. Hopefully you'll find them valuable. I am Devon Harris, and as always, keep on pushing. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button and hit that bell. You'll get a notification every time we post a new video. And don't forget, share it with your friends, man. They want to be inspired as well, right? So share it. Don't keep it. And before you go on to the next video, visit my website, www.devonharris.com. Keep on pushing.